An array is either a control or an indicator and cannot contain a mixture of controls and indicators. An array consists of elements, which are the values contained in the array, and dimensions, such as length, height, or depth. Arrays are very helpful when you are working with a collection of similar data and when you want to store a history of repetitive computations. The array shown here has 15 elements. It has a length of 5 columns and a height of 3 rows. Each element in an array has a corresponding index value. The array index can be used to access a specific element in that array. In LabVIEW, the array index is zero-based. This means that if a one-dimensional array contains n elements, the index range is from 0 to n-1, where index 0 points to the first element in the array and index n-1 points to the last element in the array. To create an array in LabVIEW, you must place an array shell on the front panel and then place an element, such as a numeric, boolean, string, or waveform controller indicator, inside the array shell. Let's go to LabVIEW and create a 1D array of numeric indicators. Create a new VI. Right-click on the front panel to display the Controls palette. On the Controls palette, navigate to Modern, Array, Matrix, and Cluster and drag the array shell onto the front panel. On the Controls palette, navigate to Modern, Numeric, and drag and drop a numeric indicator inside the array shell. Now, resize the array to display multiple elements of the array by placing your mouse over the array and dragging the right side of the array to expand it into multiple elements. Here, we've created an array which displays 4 of its elements. Now that we've created a 1D array, let's move forward and look into 2D arrays. Leave this VI open as we will be returning to it shortly. A two-dimensional array stores elements in a grid or matrix. Each element in a 2D array has two corresponding index values, a row index and a column index. Again, as with a 1D array, the row and column indices of a 2D array are zero-based. One way of creating a 2D array is to first create a 1D array and then add a dimension to it. We will discuss another method of programmatically creating a 2D array later in this tutorial. For now, let's go back to LabVIEW and add a second dimension to our 1D array. On the front panel, right-click the index display and select Add Dimension from the shortcut menu. Now, resize the array to display multiple rows and columns of the 2D array. Place your mouse over the array and drag the corner of the array to display multiple rows and columns. Here, we've created an array which displays 3 rows and 4 columns for a total of 12 elements. Notice that the numeric elements of the 2D array we created are dimmed zeros. A dimmed array element indicates that the element is uninitialized. To initialize an element, click inside the element and replace the dim zero with a number of your choice. Notice that LabVIEW automatically initializes some elements for you. In LabVIEW, we can also create array constants to store constant data or as a basis for comparison with another array. To create an array constant, right-click on the block diagram to display the functions palette. On the Functions palette, navigate to the Programming Array palette and drag the array constant onto the block diagram. Now, navigate to Programming Numeric and drag and drop the numeric constant inside the array constant shell. Resize the array constant and initialize a few of the elements. We've now created an array constant with 4 initialized elements. Notice that the array constant does not appear on the front panel.